What is that? Oh my God. Screw this. Screw this.
What starts as a simple overnight exploration in remote forests, tunnels, and graveyards quickly turns into something far more disturbing. In this video, we'll go through 6 of the most unsettling real-life encounters ever recorded after dark. This overnight expedition into Del Forest begins as a paranormal investigation, a place known for shadow figures, a lady in white, and sightings of a horse-drawn carriage that shouldn't exist anymore. From the start, the deeper they move into the woods, the more the environment feels wrong. Overgrown paths, complete isolation, and a silence that feels deliberate rather than natural.
I've come out to Delamere Forest, heard loads of reports of paranormal activity out here. Horse and carriage being spotted, to lady in white being seen roaming through the tree line, shadowy figures being seen darting in and out of the trees, as well as a dog-like creature being spotted out here. So I've come out with Ming's Paranormal. We're going to do an overnight camp. We've got here, as you can see, a little bit late on, so we're going to go find a camping spot, and then we're going to jump into a ghost hunt, a paranormal investigation to see if we can capture any of the spirits of Delamere Forest.
Finding a campsite becomes a struggle in itself. Hours are spent navigating uneven ground and dense forest until they finally settle near a remote water edge, far off the main trail. Even then, the feeling doesn't ease. The darkness here feels heavy, like it's pressing inward from all directions.
Through the trees. So yeah, we have been walking for a long time out here, so I can't wait to get the tent up, get another cup of coffee, have a bite to eat, and then come up with a plan and venture off on our own and do our own investigations. So yeah, look at that. I'm sweating. We've been walking around out here for around about 2 hours. We have heard a few little noises, but we're not 100% sure yet. I thought I heard somebody walking behind us earlier. Turned around, there's nobody there. Ming didn't hear it, but yeah. Try and get these tents up, because this is a first for me. You ever built a tent in the pitch darkness in the middle of the woods?
Mate, I've only had this tent up once.
So this is going to be interesting. Right, so it's not the flattest of land, but it should do for what we need it.
As night sets in, the atmosphere shifts completely. What begins as quiet camping quickly turns into something more unstable. Distant noises start moving through the trees, branches snapping, subtle movement where nothing should be. At first it's dismissed as wildlife, but the timing and direction of the sounds make it feel intentional, almost like something pacing around them. Then the forest changes tone entirely. A sudden sound breaks the stillness, something like movement rushing through the undergrowth, followed by what both describe as an unsettling human-like presence nearby. Not seen, only heard. And then it stops. Dead silence returns, but now it feels worse than before. That's when the real escalation begins.
Well, I'm going to pull the spirit talker out shortly and see if I can communicate with anything here. Then I'll take you for a walk through this forest. We'll go up to the footpath. You just never know, we might capture a glimpse of the horse and carriage, which would be amazing, wouldn't it? But yeah. Hey Ming, is it raining?
It's not raining. No. It's not forecast rain tonight. It's definitely not raining out here.
Listen. I just heard tap, 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 tap. That's why I was asking if it was raining.
No.
Across the top of the tent. Yeah, it's doing it again.
Right.
But it's a sound of like, when it starts to rain.
Yeah, when it's just starting.
Yeah.
Dripping.
Like you say, it's not even forecast rain tonight.
There's no forecast rain, there's no wind, there's nothing.
While sitting at camp, both hear what sounds like footsteps moving directly through the brambles near them. Slow, heavy, then stopping, and repeating. When they investigate, there is nothing. No torchlight, no figure, no explanation. Just dense forest and complete darkness, where sound should not have come from. Then comes the most disturbing moment of the night. A sound breaks through the silence that both identify as a woman crying. Not far away, not vague, close enough to feel directionally real. The reaction is immediate confusion and fear, but when they split to investigate, neither finds a source. The forest offers nothing back, no movement, no presence, only stillness that feels unnatural in contrast to what they just heard.
Feels like something out of Bleeding Blair Witch, this. There is definitely nobody on this side. But it was 100% somebody walking over this. And it's not like somebody was crying, a female crying. Right, going to get back to camp. I've left everything back there, so I'll go get a spirit talker, K2.
Later, as they attempt to communicate with spirit devices, the responses only add to the unease. Words like portal, darkness, and references to past deaths appear, suggesting something in the forest is aware of them, or that something here is connected to events long buried.
Any other spirits do want to come forward and speak to us? We heard you not too long ago. Oh, we heard something out here. We heard what sounded like somebody walking towards where we are. And then we heard a woman crying. Was that you? Yes. Can you do it again?
The idea begins forming that whatever people have been reporting, shadow figures moving through trees, a lady in white, unexplained sightings, might not be isolated incidents. It might be something recurring, something that happens here repeatedly, in cycles they can't fully understand. By morning, everything looks normal again. The forest is just trees, light, and quiet ground. But that's what makes it worse. Because the night wasn't filled with proof. It was filled with sound. Sound that should not have existed, in a place that refuses to explain itself. Some places don't feel abandoned. They feel occupied. This chilling footage follows a lone investigator returning to a graveyard he swore he would never revisit alone. Years earlier, he claims he encountered a tall, black figure deep within these woods. a creature with glowing eyes staring at him from the darkness before disappearing without explanation. The atmosphere changes the moment he notices something reflecting light between the trees. At first, it's only a faint glimmer hidden low in the woods, but the second he sees it, his tone changes completely. He immediately recognizes the glowing reflection as the same eye shine, connected to the entity he encountered years before in this exact graveyard.
What in the hell? This is how it started. I think that's one of them. Y'all see the eye shine? Oh man. It's back. That's the same eye shine. That is that demonic entity.
What makes the moment disturbing is how genuine his fear feels. The woods fall silent except for his breathing and the crunch of leaves underfoot. Then suddenly, his flashlight begins malfunctioning while the glowing eyes remain fixed between the trees, unmoving and watching him from the darkness.
Oh shoot. What's wrong with my flashlight? There's eye shine still down there. What is going on?
As he stares deeper into the woods, something appears to move near the embankment ahead. He repeatedly whispers, "What is that?" while slowly backing away. According to him, the eye shine eventually rises higher from the ground, as though a massive figure is slowly standing up behind the trees. He later describes seeing a black shape, nearly 6 to 8 feet tall, partially hidden in the darkness.
What is that? Oh my God. Screw this. Screw this. Oh, screw this. Screw this. Oh, screw this. What is wrong with my light?
The fear intensifies when his flashlight dies again, leaving him standing in near total darkness, while the glowing reflection remains visible ahead of him. Even when he nervously jokes by calling the figure Mr. Eye Shine, the tension never disappears. Every time the camera turns back toward the woods, the glowing eyes are still there, waiting in the same spot. The most chilling moment comes later, when he quietly admits he's getting a very bad feeling. Moments afterward, a deep grunt echoes somewhere nearby in the graveyard, instantly changing the atmosphere around him.
There it is. What are you, Mr. Eyeshine? Jump back up. Getting a very bad feeling. I can't be doing this. That thing is evil. It stood up 6, 7, 8 foot tall. And it's just laying down there behind that bank by that tree. I don't know what it is. It had a black body. I'm hoping the camera got it. Its eye shine kept changing from what it was on the ground. The taller it got. One of the two creepiest I just heard a grunt, and it wasn't a good grunt. This is a messed up graveyard, y'all.
By the end of the investigation, the figure is never fully captured on camera. No explanation is ever given. The glowing eyes remain hidden somewhere deep within the woods, while the investigator desperately searches for a way out of the cemetery. And somehow, that uncertainty is what makes the footage so unsettling. This footage begins with an urban exploration trip in San Diego, searching for abandoned tunnels beneath a closed mall. What starts as curiosity quickly shifts the moment they descend underground. Air becomes stale, light fades fast, and the environment immediately feels wrong in a way they can't explain.
Sure. Oh! How do you feel? Hello? Is anyone in here? Hello? Hello? Oh, this is gross. Just water. Come on, buddy. Huh?
Inside the first tunnel, things escalate almost instantly. The water is stagnant, the passage is tight, and every sound echoes in a way that feels distorted. Then, a sudden, unexplained noise cuts through the tunnel, louder than dripping water, too heavy to be natural, forcing them to stop and listen in complete silence.
Bad drawings. Hello? Okay guys, so it looks like that side was a dead end. We're gonna check out one more portion in here where it sounds like the water's flowing. We heard a really weird noise in front of us, so I'm not sure what that was. It kind of sounded like a rat, but it sounded much louder than a rat, so I'm not really sure. Brad, what are your thoughts?
It's not like a dog's collar.
A dog's call? Oh dude, imagine if there's like hounds in here. Unfortunately, that way is pretty much a dead end. We can see the dead end, but there's a ton of gross water that's not worth going through because I don't feel like getting an infection in my feet again, to be honest with you. What the hell was that?
As one of them moves deeper alone, the situation becomes more intense. The tunnel narrows, darkness thickens, and visibility drops to almost nothing. Then panic hits when strange movement appears ahead in the darkness, followed by chaotic reactions, retreat, and the disturbing presence of bats suddenly filling the air around them.
I can see what's down here. Let's go. Whoa, a bat! Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa! What are those? Okay, there's a bat. Hi, buddy. And then there's those. Okay, so that's a dead end. Now I gotta make it back. There's bats everywhere in here.
The second tunnel is where everything turns truly unsettling. From the entrance, warning-like markings already set a heavy tone, but once inside, the atmosphere changes completely. The tunnel feels longer than expected, the air becomes harder to breathe, and water drips echo like footsteps in the distance. Then the psychological pressure begins. As they move deeper, they start hearing things that don't match their movement. Whispers that stop when they stop. Faint sounds that seem to respond only when they speak. The tunnel feels less like a structure and more like something that is reacting to them being there. The most chilling moment comes when they notice writing inside the tunnel. Messages like, "Turn back," appearing directly in their path. Not at the entrance, not outside. Deep inside, where no natural source should be able to place them.
To hell. Go back to hell. I know when and where you are. Run. Follow the blood. Turn back. Hello? Brian, why is there something that say turn back all of a sudden? You okay?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I don't like nasty stuff.
Is that the only reason you don't like it in here since it's gross?
Yeah. Otherwise I wouldn't drink.
You're not terrified of the fact that this place is super haunted and we're alone in here?
Soon after, the group begins questioning whether they are truly alone. One of them hears something that sounds like a reply from deeper inside the tunnel, even though no one is visibly there. The idea of being echoed back begins to break their confidence completely.
I swear I heard something. Did you guys hear that? Hello? Do I hear like footsteps? Yeah. Do you hear that? Okay, we can't turn around. We always turn back, Brian. We have to see what's up there. We gotta give him the good contact. Let's just hope we don't die. Because that would kind of suck. Brian. Hello?
Then the situation reaches its peak. One member is left briefly isolated, and in that moment, the tunnel feels completely alive, silent, waiting, and unresponsive, except for faint, unexplainable sounds that seem to come closer whenever he stops moving.
My camera. My phone. Alright guys, so I'm here alone. I have the cameras watching me. There's nobody in here but me. I'm gonna taunt whatever it is, and we're gonna see what happens. So you're a coward then, is that what you're saying? Prove yourself! I got goosebumps, but I'm sweating, which makes sense, but that's not really proof. Hello? Hello? Dude, hello? Brian, is that you?
Even after regrouping, the tension doesn't drop. The air feels heavier, movement feels watched, and every step toward the exit feels like something is following just outside their awareness. By the time they escape, nothing is proven. But the most unsettling part isn't what they saw. It's the realization that inside those tunnels, silence didn't feel empty. It felt aware. Some nights don't feel like camping. They feel like being watched. A lone investigator enters the Pocomoke forest, planning to spend the night completely alone deep in the woods. From the beginning, He's aware of how risky it is, but still pushes forward, setting up camp far from his truck so no one can easily find him once darkness takes over.
All right, everybody, I have officially set up tent for the night, or camp, I guess I should say. And it was actually a little bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be. It took me a little bit to find my spot here, here in the forest, because I wanted to go to somewhere like super remote. So as you can see, there's a nice little area around me. But yeah, other than that, I want to show y'all what I've got. I've got my sleeping bag, and I've got my backpack on right here. It always comes with all this extra stuff that you don't need for some weird reason. And so a little bit later into the night, I walked for probably about 40 minutes or so, and I'm going to show you kind of the way I came from, because I ran across something pretty interesting, and I was like, all right, I'm going to go back and play the spirit box by this thing.
The deeper he goes, the heavier the forest feels. He mentions local legends like the Hookman, an escaped inmate with a hook for a hand, but it still sounds like just a story, until strange movement starts appearing between the trees and the woods begin feeling less empty.
Those lines that reside here. There's been a lot of weird history with the Pocomoke Forest. You can look it up online. It is Pocomoke Forest, Maryland. Check that out. So here's the story of the Hookman. A young man and lady were parking in the confines of the Pocomoke Forest. The radio was playing, and all of a sudden, a special bulletin came on. It seems that an inmate had escaped from the Cambridge State Hospital. He was last seen headed towards the Pocomoke Forest from the Salisbury area. He could be recognized at about 6 feet tall, weighing 165 pounds, with jet black hair and a beard that was also black. His right hand had been cut off, and in its place was a hook. His problem was he killed people who disturbed the Pocomoke Forest. That's fucking great. In about a half hour, the young lady broke away from the young man's embrace, scared to death. She insisted that he take her home right now because she had heard a noise. When the young man and the young lady got out of the car, they heard a clanging noise. They looked in the gutter beside the car, and there lay a hook. To this day, the crazy man with a hook has been seen many times. Oh man, I'm getting chills. But has never been caught. This is a story that is well known and believed by many people.
As night fully sets in, he begins using a spirit box to communicate. Most of the responses are unclear, but one moment stands out sharply, a voice telling him to turn around. From that second, the energy shifts and the forest stops feeling passive. Soon after, things escalate. His flashlight catches movement, and he begins hearing and noticing activity around him. Shapes in the dark, shifting positions, and the growing feeling that something is circling his location. The forest no longer feels random, it feels aware.
Oh, jeez. Trying to figure out. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That was somebody's fucking flashlight. I gotta be able to make my way somewhere. That's somebody's light. That's somebody's light right there. Alright, I gotta be able to make my way somewhere. That's somebody's light. I gotta turn off mine. I don't know if that's maybe a lantern or... Oh shit, oh shit.
At its peak, he admits he may actually be in danger, trying to rationalize it as hunters or animals. But nothing behaves normally. The presence feels too controlled, too consistent, like something is tracking him through every step he takes.
Oh, fuck.
y'all can't see me right now, but I've literally been sitting here for at least 25, maybe 30 minutes. Oh, jeez. Whoever that person is, they are not a hunter, because there's no way in hell you just keep looking in the same area. Ooh. I've been posted up in this tree for a little bit now, and I'm trying to remain calm and be rational and think that maybe that's just a hunter, but I still don't know what a hunter would be doing out here this damn late at night. I'm sorry, but unless you're spotlighting deer, you're not hunting out here. But I'm debating on whether or not to pack up my tent and leave, or just leave.
By the end of the night, there are no answers. Only exhaustion, fear, and the lingering realization that whatever is in the Pocomoke forest didn't feel random. It felt like it was paying attention the entire time. This footage follows a solo woodland investigator returning to a forest where something has been repeatedly entering his land. After a trail camera disappears without a trace, strap and all, he becomes convinced someone is actively moving through the woods at night, avoiding detection.
So I just want to welcome everyone back to my woodland. Anyone that's been following the channel, especially recently, will know that I've had some sort of intruder in this wood. I'm on the south side of the property today at the furthest point. I've been through the woodland checking on my trail cams. Last week I did have one trail cam go missing. Can't find hiding a hair of it. Not even the strap was left on the tree. So that's just come up missing. It's almost as if someone's unstrapped it and took it with them, like, because obviously they've been caught out or something. All of the other trail cams though are still in situ. So stick around. I've got a great deal planned for this video, so I have actually got a couple of experimental things that I want to try. I do want to try and set up that sort of dummy camp a couple of 100 yards away from me whilst I'm set up in a stealthy camp, and I have my night vision binoculars trained onto where the camp is.
Using weeks of drone surveillance, he eventually captures something that changes everything. In the slowed footage, a human-shaped figure can be seen walking across a clearing where no one should be. What makes it worse is the behavior. No hesitation, no awareness of the camera, just calm movement through restricted woodland, as if it belongs there. That leads to his new plan, a decoy camp. He sets up a fake, lit tent deep in the forest, while he hides at a distance with night vision, watching silently. The goal is simple: lure whatever has been entering the woods into revealing itself.
It was left in the comments of the last video, and I thought it was a pretty good comment, to be fair, to set up a decoy camp a couple of 100 yards away from where I'm going to be stealth camping, and then basically keep an eye on it with night vision equipment and hit the record button if it's needed. Unfortunately, the stealth camp does mean no lamb steaks, no cooking, no making cups of tea. It's just going to consist of an old Tesco sandwich, some flat Pepsi Max. So yeah, I'm all set up now. I didn't want to give it away where I was camping, so I didn't film too much, but I'll spin you around and show you what I've done. Don't know if you can see it, but just against that tree that's out there in the opening, that is the decoy camp. I'll show you exactly where we are with an arrow. As you can see, once you're shut inside, it is quite cosy. This is just a test on the decoy, which is a good 120 yards off the edge of the woodland. So that tree is 97 yards. Keep getting false readings from the laser on the rangefinder hitting the grass. So behind this decoy setup here is the east part of our woodland where the new cabin's being built, and we've got plenty of clearing here to see if anyone comes around. I'm going to put a cob light inside and turn it on just as it gets dark, so as it acts as a bit of an attractor. That wind's getting up. In the event that we are successful, I will hit record on the night vision binoculars. I'll also light that area up with a high powered torch that I've got, and I shall shout the odds in, hopefully.
As darkness falls, the forest begins to change. Small sounds build into heavier movement, branches snapping, shifting shadows, and then something sharper breaks through the silence in the distance. Then it happens. A sudden, human-like scream echoes through the trees. It doesn't sound like an animal. It doesn't echo naturally. It feels close enough to belong inside the forest itself, cutting through the darkness and instantly changing the tone of the entire night.
If that was a stick that's fallen out of that tree or something was thrown. I'll have to replay the footage, but I'm not sure whether a branch fell out of the tree or something was thrown at that. Keep this light as low as I can. But it sounds like a woman shouting or screaming. Jesus. Jesus. The hell is that? What the hell is that? Switch over to night vision 1 second.
The investigator freezes in position, switching to night vision as the decoy tent sits glowing in the distance. But instead of movement rushing toward it, everything stops. The forest goes quiet in a way that feels intentional, like whatever made the sound has realized it's being watched. There are no footsteps, no second sound, no visible figure, just complete silence stretching across the trees, as if the forest itself is holding its breath.
Well, I must say I have no rational explanation for what the noises were last night, but that was where it ended. There was no more noises or anything like that, thank God. That's not to say there isn't a reasonable explanation for it. It might be an animal that I just haven't heard before. I can't think of what one. So I'm definitely up for camping in this spot again, but next time I'm going to actually bring a tent with me and a few more sort of creature comforts with me and have a bit more of a good time rather than sitting in a little corner huddled up.
By morning, there is no explanation. Only the unsettling certainty that something responded to the trap, but chose not to show itself. And the most disturbing part isn't what appeared in the woods. It's the feeling that whatever was out there knew exactly when it was being watched and decided to stay hidden anyway. This video comes from a nighttime exploration in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, where John returns with Tim from breaking the shell to investigate the abandoned Little Greenbrier School. The school, originally built in the 1800s and used until the 1930s, sits deep in the woods beside an old cemetery, immediately giving the location a historical and eerie atmosphere.
Tonight, I've journeyed to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and we're out in the middle of the woods, and we are at the Little Greenbrier School. Now, this is a school that operated way back in the 1800s up into the 1930s. Now this creepy shadow here is my boy Tim.
Shell, yeah.
He is from Breaking the Shell, so go check him out, guys. But we're here together tonight. It's just the two of us, and we're going to check this out.
Before the investigation even begins, John introduces a powerful flashlight and emphasizes how dark and isolated the forest is, with the beam cutting through the trees like daylight. The setting already feels unsettling as they prepare to explore a place widely believed to be haunted, especially on the night before Halloween.
Look at this. Look at that cemetery we're about to do. Now, guys, this light is very inexpensive and it is worth the money. And actually, I think it goes up one more setting. Boom. See, a little bit brighter. Guys, 2,300 lumens is more than enough to see whatever you need to see, especially these little spookies right here.
As they walk around the old log structure, they describe how the building has survived for over a century, supported only by stacked stone foundations and surrounded by dense mountains. Despite its beauty, the heavy graffiti and decay give the place a disturbing contrast between history and neglect.
Guys, we're gonna walk around and look here. For you who haven't seen this place, just a little tidbit, if you look right back here, there is a cemetery. And yes, we are going to check that out. We'll walk you around this first. Show you the outside of this building. Look at this. This is old school, guys. This is log cabin. These are big logs. Like, I mean, they're decently thick. I'd say about 6 inches thick, but look how wide they are.
The mood shifts when they begin noticing strange sensations, unexplained sounds, flickers of movement in the trees, and an uneasy feeling of not being alone. Even simple exploration of the outside grounds begins to feel unsettling as they prepare to enter the building and nearby cemetery.
Thought I just heard talking. And it wasn't Tim. Check this out, guys. Look at that moon. This is the night before Halloween. It's not quite a full moon yet. This is crazy this has been here so long. Show y'all underneath here.
Inside the school, they start an EVP and EMF-based investigation using a K2 meter to communicate with any possible spirits. Almost immediately, the device begins responding when questions are asked, lighting up in a way that suggests interaction. The responses become surprisingly specific when they ask if anyone present was a student at the school, with the meter reacting as if confirming communication. As the session continues, they attempt to connect with what they believe could be members of the Walker sisters, a historical family linked to the area. The responses appear consistent with names like Walker, and the investigators try to establish whether they are communicating with someone who once lived and taught there. The investigation grows more intense when additional names like Maggie, Lynn, and Anthony appear through the spirit communication tools. The team reacts in real time as the responses seem intelligent, sometimes even reacting to their actions or questions before they finish speaking.
Now, there is no electricity in this place. That is for sure.
There's not even old wires.
No. This never had electricity. Okay, if you understand me, can you touch my light for me one more time? I'd really appreciate it if you touched the green light for me to let me know you understand what I'm saying. Oh, thank you. All right, you can stop touching it for a second. So if I ask you a question and the answer is yes, touch the green light for me. Do you understand? Oh, I guess they understand.
They understand.
Okay, you can stop for a second. Thank you. Were you a student here? Yes? Turn on the light. Oh.
You were a student here.
You were a student here.
Thank you.
All right, you can stop touching it for me. Are you buried in the cemetery? Did you grow up and move away from here? Touch the light if yes, don't if no. Did you live your entire life here? Oh no. Oh, so what was the last question? Yeah, so thank you. So you did live your entire life here.
One of the most unsettling moments occurs when they hear unexplained footsteps approaching, accompanied by sudden spikes on the K2 meter. The sound feels close enough to suggest something physically moving toward them, despite no visible presence in the building or surrounding area.
Oh my God, I would have swore somebody was just walking up to us right here. It even sounded like it went over here.
Right there.
God, it sounded like it came up the middle and walked like over here. Dude, that was so freaking loud. I can't believe nobody's in here, bro. And dude, the K2 meter went off right when it happened.
Like I felt the vibrations in the seat.
Yeah, I felt it, well, my feet on the ground. I could feel it there. Dude, that was nuts. Dude, the K2 meter was going off too. Can you touch our meter again for us? Dude, something just freaking walked by that. It was as it was walking up to us that started going off. Wow. Dude, I haven't heard that prominent footsteps in a long time.
As the night continues, the activity escalates further, with strange sounds resembling movement inside walls or nearby structures. At one point, John believes something may have physically interacted with him, noticing unusual scratch-like marks on his back, which adds a disturbing physical element to the experience. In the final moments, they decide to end the investigation after hours of activity, unexplained sounds, and intense responses from their equipment. While nothing visually appears, the combination of environmental audio, EMF reactions, and personal experiences leaves them convinced that something unusual was present throughout the night. The video ends with the team reflecting on the experience, emphasizing how active the location felt compared to expectations, and suggesting that further investigation may reveal even more evidence in the future. This video comes from a Paranormal Exploration livestream, where the creator investigates a remote outdoor location using different tools, including a radiation detector, while interacting directly with whatever might be in the area. Right from the beginning, the focus is on a device that detects radiation, such as X-rays, beta rays, and gamma rays. The creator explains that nothing in the environment should be producing radiation, yet the readings begin fluctuating unexpectedly.
125. Radiation, it detects radiation, and when these things are around, they are supposed to give off radiation. There's nothing out here that should be giving off radiation. Look at the fog. Dude, I've had it. Oh my God, what's going on? Let's see. 144, 118.
It picks up X-rays, beta rays, and gamma rays, and that.
As they continue, the atmosphere quickly turns tense with strange visuals in the fog and unexplained sounds, including what they describe as rock clacking and possible movement nearby. As they move further into the area, they begin hearing clearer noises. At one point, they react to what sounds like a tree breaking, followed by rustling in the brush, which pushes them to move uphill and continue the investigation.
Oh.
There's no mistaking that.
Right, that sounded like a tree breaking.
Yep.
All right, let's go up the hill, and I can do the Geiger majigger thingy up there, leave the brushes, and see what we can get with the glow balls up there. Maybe this one will follow us up if we're lucky. I just gotta get away from these damn bugs. Oh God. All right, guys, here we go.
Shortly after, things escalate when both of them hear what they describe as panting coming from behind them. The creator insists it sounded like distinct breathing, similar to a dog, but notes that it did not match anything they expected to encounter there.
65, beautiful. Who's that? Bobby Lee, thank you so much. Did you just hear panting?
I did.
It was like, I just heard flipping panting. I don't know if you guys can go back a few seconds, headphone it. I just heard panting.
Something just ran over.
Right, something just ran behind us panting. Dude, I heard it. There was a yell. I didn't hear no yell, except for mine. They're hearing yells. That creeps me out, dude.
Around the same time, multiple devices begin malfunctioning. Lights start dying unexpectedly, and the radiation detector appears to lose power before suddenly turning back on. When it does, the readings spike dramatically, reaching unusually high levels despite there being no known source nearby. This moment becomes one of the most intense parts of the video, especially as it happens alongside a full moon and increasing fog.
I gave that info because it's so high.
Whose light's that?
Gotta be somebody up on the bridge.
Are they radioactive? Okay, I'm waiting for my Geiger count to go off. I don't know if it's still on. Let me check. Oh, it's not. Did it get drained? I made sure it was fully charged. I had it on. It's dying. That's why we haven't heard it go off. It was I swear it was full bars when I first turned it on and showed it to you guys. I don't know. Look at it, 84, 94. Here it goes. Here it goes. And my light just died at the same damn time.
Yep. Look,
Oh, what?
that's what you're seeing.
Holy shit, that's the moon.
Yep.
And we're getting, holy cow, it is a full moon. Oh my God. 140.
I'm getting
Sorry. Goosebumps, yep. 130, oh my God.
goosebumps and the hair standing up.
126, 125. Damn, that's why it wasn't going off, because it died. I gotta get it back up to the car and charge it.
As the investigation continues, the creator tries to communicate directly, asking if something is following them. The readings seem to rise and fall in response, which they interpret as possible interaction. Shortly after, they notice what appears to be eye shine in the distance. What makes this moment unsettling is that the figure can only be seen through the camera and not with the naked eye.
I don't know. He can't work and watch my live, so he's got to text me real quick. What is that? Dude, what is that? What is that? Look. I don't know what that is, guys. Is that an eye shine? Sorry. No. Damn it! There's the one up there. You see it? Hold on. There's one up there. That's not the same one I saw. I can only see that through the phone. I can't see it with my eyes. That's what's it doing? Ah! 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 Guys, am I freaking out? I'm not freaking. Hello? Oh my God! It just cocked its freaking head both ways. Hello? Hi, I'm sorry. Ugh. Hi. Hello. Come back. Okay, I'm shaking, guys, I'm sorry. Hi. Did you see it cock its head the other direction, dude? Breathe, I'm breathing. I'm just a little... I gotta set this camera down, all right? Where'd it go? Oh! Hi, come back, where you at? Oh my God, it just did something weird. That is so creepy.
The situation escalates further when the figure appears to move and even tilt its head, according to the creator. This causes a visible shift in their behavior, as they become nervous and try to speak calmly while continuing to film. However, the figure suddenly disappears, followed by more unexplained noises, including tapping or clacking sounds from the surrounding area.
Where'd you go? Hey, I wouldn't try to... What was that? What the? No, dude. It's too pixelated. What is that? Hello. Hi. My name's Dee. Disappeared. Oh God.
Later in the video, while moving toward another location, the creator notices a strange orange light in the sky that does not behave like a normal aircraft. It appears steady, not blinking, and difficult to identify even when zoomed in. At the same time, they hear footsteps and something moving near the road, including one moment where something appears to run behind the car, though it is not clearly captured.
On to my next location, and I saw fire. It's orange, and it's not moving that much, but when I zoom in, I can't. That's all it is. It's like fire right in the sky, and I don't understand. That's not right. It's not blinking. And it's way over there, and I'm zooming in as far as I can. It's not changing. It's like getting bigger. There's something walking over there. Are you kidding me? I'm just on the side of the road here. I'm not even to my location yet. Oh, hell no. Oh my God, I just ran behind the flipping car. Dude, what the shit? Will you scoot up a little bit? That really could no more, like to that sign.
Toward the end, the creator reflects on previous footage, mentioning an earlier encounter where a figure seemed to disappear almost instantly when illuminated, which they describe as disintegrating. They attempt to verify the current experience by asking viewers if they heard the same sounds, emphasizing that they want honest confirmation rather than assumptions. By the conclusion, the video remains unresolved. Between the radiation spikes, device failures, possible eye shine, unexplained sounds, and movement in the darkness, the creator is left uncertain about what exactly they encountered. The combination of environmental factors and repeated anomalies makes the experience feel intense, confusing, and difficult to explain. This video comes from a camping creator who usually focuses on peaceful solo van life experiences, quiet nature, simple cooking, and relaxing nights away from everything. But this particular episode turns out to be very different from the usual calm atmosphere his viewers are used to. Right from the start, he sets the tone by giving a small warning. He explains that in the past 2 to 3 years, he has done hundreds of camping trips, and negative experiences are extremely rare for him. However, this one stands out as one of the worst. Even then, he makes it clear that people should not let this kind of situation discourage them from going and enjoying camping. That alone already hints that something serious is going to unfold later in the video. The trip begins with a simple plan. He decides to stay local in the Shropshire Hills, a place that holds a lot of personal history for him. The goal is just a peaceful one-night solo camp, a short scenic walk, and a good meal in his van. At first, everything feels normal, but things quickly start going wrong. As he arrives and heads out for a walk, the weather completely ruins the experience. Thick fog covers the entire area, blocking all the views he was hoping for. Instead of scenic hills, he is surrounded by silence and low visibility, which creates a slightly eerie feeling. Eventually, he gives up on the walk and returns to the van, already disappointed.
If it wasn't for the birdsong, it would be dead quiet. It was hard enough getting here, but I don't know if the reward is going to be what I imagined. The air is like soup, very moist. Just walking through this thick fog, I can feel the moisture on my face. Or maybe not, if we've got no signal. It's all going to plan as usual. Oh my god, you can just see from that little tiny thumbnail there that there's some kind of view about an half hour's walk away, but it is absolutely pointless in weather like today. I'll have to come back here at some point, see if I can risk it for a biscuit in that car park overnight.
Back at the campsite, the situation gets worse. His diesel heater suddenly stops working, which becomes a major problem as the temperature begins to drop. He tries to fix it by checking the fuse, but nothing works, leaving him stuck in a cold van for the night. What was supposed to be a comfortable camp now turns into a struggle just to stay warm.
And a nice, warm diesel heater. Why hasn't... Huh. Interesting. Let's try one more time for good luck. You couldn't write it. Oh. Have I got enough to stay warm tonight? Right. I'm going to check the fuse for the diesel heater. I know that the fuse for that diesel heater is down on the driver's seat, just on the right there. When me and Bruce did the electrics, I'm pretty sure.
Trying to lift the mood, he starts cooking dinner. This becomes one of the few good moments in the video. He prepares chicken fajitas and manages to enjoy a decent meal, bringing a brief sense of comfort to an otherwise frustrating trip. As night falls, the atmosphere changes again. The car park becomes completely empty, and he is left alone in the dark, dealing with cold temperatures and isolation. For a moment, it seems like the night might calm down. But then unexpected visitors arrive. He hears a group of people outside, possibly teenagers, making noise near his van. Although they eventually leave, the situation already feels uncomfortable and tense.
Why park right next to me? I heard what sounded like teenagers laughing and giggling before. I was just about to get into bed. Flipping rave at Barry Ditches. Oh my god. I'm going to give it 10 minutes and hopefully they're just smoking whatever and then just going to pee off. Thank God for that. They've gone. Oh, that was just going to turn an already bad night into an even worse night. The only thing that's been good tonight is the dinner. Bar the pudding. But yeah, we're all alone now. I am so ready to get into this bed.
Hoping things won't get worse, he decides to go to sleep. But after midnight, everything escalates. He suddenly wakes up to the sound of a vehicle pulling up right next to his van. The moment is filled with confusion and panic. Within seconds, He realizes that someone has thrown eggs at the side of his van before quickly driving away. At that point, he no longer feels safe staying there.
Just had someone pull up outside the van. What the f was that? Where's the light? Right, I think they've just driven off. Where the hell are my keys? Right, flipping out past midnight. Oh my god. Have they done anything else? Just pelted eggs at the side of the van. This is one of those moments where I would just put the camera down and go home.
Worried that the people might come back, he makes a quick decision to leave immediately. Instead of continuing the camp, he drives away in the middle of the night and heads home around 1 a.m. The next morning, he reflects on what happened. While the damage to the van is not serious, the experience clearly left an impact. He explains that situations like this are very rare for him, which makes it even more frustrating and confusing. By the end, the trip feels like everything went wrong. Bad weather, no views, a broken heater, and finally, an unexpected late-night incident. Still, he reassures viewers that this is not what camping is usually like, and promises a better, more positive experience next time. Overall, this video stands out because it shows how quickly a peaceful solo camp can turn into a stressful and uncomfortable situation when things start going wrong one after another. This video follows a couple on what was supposed to be a simple overnight truck camping trip, but it quickly turns into something far more unsettling. The night doesn't start at the campsite, though. Earlier, they explore an abandoned ghost town called Thurman, deep in the mountains of West Virginia. The area already carries a heavy, eerie history, setting the tone before they even reach their destination. From there, they drive deeper into the Appalachian Mountains, planning to spend the night in complete isolation. Right away, there's a strange energy. Even while setting up, the creator seems unsure, joking about the name Appalachia, but suddenly stopping when he thinks he sees something move in the darkness. Moments later, he hears what sounds like a growl. It's subtle, but enough to make you question what's really out there.
Welcome back to another Appalachian camping adventure. Is it Appalachian or Appalachia?
Appalachia?
Appalachian Mountains? Appalachia?
I don't know. Appalachian?
We are deep in the Appalachian Mountains.
Appalachian.
Appalachian. And I thought I just seen something moving over there.
Oh.
Did you hear that? I thought that sounded like a growl for a second.
They arrive extremely late, around 11 p.m., already tired and surrounded by pitch-black wilderness. Despite that, they decide to cook dinner and explore afterward. But Tiff, clearly uncomfortable, refuses to leave the truck. That hesitation becomes important later. As they talk, the creator brings up local warnings. People say you're not supposed to be out in these mountains at night, and even simple things like whistling are considered a bad idea. Of course, they ignore both rules almost immediately. After dinner, they finally step outside to explore. The environment feels off. Thick fog hangs over the river. The air is heavy, and every sound echoes in the darkness. They joke about creatures, Bigfoot, feral people, but the humor doesn't fully hide the tension.
Well, it's cool how sandy everything. Wow, look how smoky it is. Is that fog or smoke? That's fog.
You don't think it's from the cold?
Possibly, but it looks really cool.
It's really pretty water.
Super foggy. Yeah, it is. Pretty clear, isn't it, actually? Like, can you see in there pretty good? I wonder what that hole's from.
Wow, it is really clear. Man, that's really clear water.
It is. It's pretty.
It is really pretty. Shine your flashlight across. I want to see how... Oh, it's not that big.
Eventually, Tiff has had enough and goes back to the truck, leaving him alone in the dark. That's when things get more intense.
I'm going to go find Saint Pillow.
Saint Pillow? Okay, so Tiff is officially out of it. She has gone to bed. Very tired, and she does not like walking around at night, especially when we're out in like the Appalachian Mountains. So it's just me and you.
While walking, he repeatedly hears movement around him, things shifting just beyond the reach of his flashlight. The forest feels alive, but not in a comforting way.
Some just moved up there. Man, it's so thick in some spots. Man, it's really dark out. Whoa.
Realizing something isn't right, he decides to head back. But before he even gets there, Tiff texts him in panic. Something has hit the truck.
So, actually, I'm going to get back to the truck because Tiff's in there. And I know she's probably freaked out right now. Alright, so Tiff just texted, and I guess something hit the truck. And she's nervous and needs me to come back right now. So, I gotta get back to the truck.
Back inside, the tension builds. They lock themselves in, trying to stay calm. But then another strange detail comes up. A vehicle had already driven up earlier and stopped near them. That alone is unsettling in such a remote place.
There was a weird guy driving around. I didn't get it on camera. I was telling Tiff about it. And he pulled right up to the car for a minute. How do you feel about that?
It's creepy.
I know it's creepy. Anyway, so I'll turn the camera back on if anything crazy happens.
Then, everything escalates. Suddenly, they hear it clearly. A car door outside. Multiple people are now around their truck. Some are moving without flashlights, just walking in the darkness. From inside, they can see shadows and figures, but not clearly enough to understand what's happening. At one point, he notices that not everyone has gotten back into the vehicle. That's when the situation truly feels dangerous.
What are they doing? Man, is it that same?
Is the same truck?
Okay. Oh, that's creepy. What are they? Oh, now they're outside but without flashlights. One dude's walking around with no flashlight. It looks like we ain't getting to sleep yet, babe. What's the deal with this?
They're outnumbered, isolated, and have no idea who these people are or what they're doing. The fear becomes real. Jokes about burying bodies no longer feel like jokes. There's no time to film, no time to think. They immediately jump into the front seats and leave. They don't stay. They don't investigate. They just drive. The video ends with them safely back home, but clearly shaken. What started as a peaceful camping trip turned into a night filled with strange sounds, unknown visitors, and a constant feeling of being watched. And the scariest part, whatever or whoever was out there in the Appalachian mountains that night, they never found out. This video follows a solo night investigation deep in the woods. What begins as a Bigfoot hunting adventure slowly turns into something much more intense and unsettling. Right from the start, the creator doesn't waste time. The video opens with him reacting in pure fear after hearing a deep, aggressive growl coming from somewhere in the darkness. His reaction feels genuine, almost panicked, immediately setting a tense and uneasy tone for the rest of the video.
No, man. That was a frickin' growl. That was a super growl. And there's eyes. Man, no frickin' way. I'm sorry, guys. There's no frickin' way.
After this moment, he briefly introduces the situation. He explains that he has returned to a location he previously explored with his wife, where they experienced strange activity, unusual tree structures, knocking sounds in the woods, and a moment where it even felt like something responded to them. His wife also started feeling unwell during that visit, which made the place even more suspicious.
Now, tonight, I'm already super duper scared. And anyway, I probably showed you a little bit of what happened the last time me and my wife was here. Holy smokes, babe, look. That's what I'm talking about. That is a deliberate X.
Oh, those trees aren't swaying.
Why has this place been abandoned? Dude.
What was that?
That was a knock. Babe, that's what we did earlier. That was an answer. That's what Bigfoots do. That was a Bigfoot knock.
Okay.
Okay, something happened to Tiff. She's not feeling right.
Now, he's back alone. And at night, the conditions are far from ideal. It's raining. The ground is wet and slippery, and visibility is extremely low. Still, he pushes forward, heading toward an abandoned path deep in the woods, the same area where everything happened before. As he walks deeper, things start to feel off almost immediately. Strange noises begin surrounding him, branches snapping, movement in the distance, and sounds that don't seem easy to explain.
Holy smokes, man. This feels like not right. Oh man, what was that? Did that come up on camera? Did you guys hear that? What in the world was that?
He even stops multiple times, asking viewers if they heard what he just heard. The forest feels active, but not in a normal way. Then comes something even more unsettling. He starts seeing eyes. At first, it's just a quick glimpse, something glowing faintly in the distance. But then it happens again. This time, he's more certain. He describes the eyes as red or orange, watching him from the end of the trail. Every time he tries to point the camera directly at them, they disappear. The tension continues to build.
Where'd those eyeballs go? Oh. Where did the eyes go? Man, the eyes were right at the end of the trail, it looked like. Oh. Oh my goodness. I'm freaking spooked, man. I'm freaking spooked. Where'd you go, eyeballs? I gotta tell you guys, this feels really stupid. Oh. Something's walking in there, man. Listen. Something's in there. Holy smokes.
He begins hearing movement all around him, as if something is walking through the woods nearby. His breathing gets heavier, and he openly admits that he's scared. Even the smallest sounds now feel threatening. Then, things escalate further. He spots another set of eyes, this time green. Now it doesn't feel like just one presence. It feels like there could be multiple things out there, watching him from different directions.
Eyeballs. I seen eyeballs. Where are you at? Oh. More eyes. What in the world was that, man? That was like green eyes. I just seen freaking green eyes back there too. Did that come up on camera? Oh. What is green eyes? Whew. Oh, there's another trail there. There was eyes back in that trail. Other trail. I'll check those out. Whoa! What in Sam's Hades, man? Holy smokes. That was something just freaking thrown there, man. Something just happened right there. What's up? Is something thrown? I don't know. Did I just see freaking eyes back there, man? No, man. That was a freaking growl. That was a super growl. And there's eyes. Man, no freaking way. I'm sorry, guys. There's no freaking way. Oh, I can hear it.
Moments later, something is thrown from within the darkness. This is no longer just distant sounds. Whatever is out there is interacting with the environment, possibly reacting to him. At that point, everything changes. He stops the investigation. He admits he couldn't even make it to the abandoned path. The situation has clearly gone beyond what he's comfortable handling alone. By the end, he describes the experience as a failed attempt, but also one of the scariest encounters he's ever had. He even says that if he ever comes back, he won't do it alone again. Overall, this video stands out because it captures raw fear in real time. This chilling paranormal exploration begins after Jeremy discovers rumors of a hidden graveyard buried deep behind a local cemetery. a forgotten section believed to date back to the 1700s. What starts as a simple nighttime investigation quickly becomes unsettling as he follows a narrow trail through freezing darkness toward the isolated burial ground. The deeper he walks, the heavier the atmosphere feels. Nearby houses watch from the shadows, while the Spirit Talker app immediately responds with disturbing words like alive, demise, and trapped.
Of getting a trespassing ticket. But they say it's through this field. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. And up on a hill, we got a little ways to walk.
Cement shoes.
Let's see. This thing's going off like crazy already. But yeah,
I'm touching your hand.
There's apartments just all over the place.
They've upset me.
They're probably gonna see my lights. Let's hope that cops don't get called.
Wheel.
But they say that you walk through this way.
After reaching the hidden cemetery, the environment changes completely. Ancient headstones appear scattered across the hillside, many broken, collapsed, or barely visible beneath the dead grass. The graveyard feels abandoned and forgotten, yet disturbingly close to modern homes surrounding the fence line. As Jeremy explores deeper, he notices something terrifying. Many of the graves belong to children. Small markers reveal deaths at only 7 years old, 1 year old, and even younger, creating an eerie and emotional atmosphere throughout the cemetery.
This is so old. Guys, look at. What does that say? W something 1856. Guys, can you make out what that says? That's a very old headstone.
We lost our lives here.
You lost your lives here? You guys don't mind that I'm dimming my lights a little bit more than usual. I'm just gonna have to get close. Look at this. Will Efren something died 1845, I believe is what it says. What does that say? Timestamp this. What does that say? Let me know down in the comments. I can actually see it better through the camera, but it's a small screen.
Then the investigation takes a horrifying turn. While walking near the trees, Jeremy suddenly spots what appears to be a shadow figure silently moving between the graves. The dark figure crosses from one tree to another before disappearing completely into the darkness.
Charles something. These are really hard to make out, guys. I can't be screaming this close to houses. What was that? Shit. Oh, there's a shadow figure right there. Holy shit. Went right behind that fucking tree. Hello? Right there. Went from this tree to this tree.
Chair.
Moments later, a disturbing sound echoes through the cemetery. A baby crying, not far away. Not faint. Close enough to feel real. The timing becomes deeply unsettling considering the number of child graves surrounding the area. Jeremy repeatedly hears footsteps nearby, while unexplained noises continue moving through the darkness around him. Even he admits that cemeteries normally do not scare him, but this one feels different.
Hold on, what the hell? This sounds like a baby crying. Guys, what the fuck? This sounds like a baby crying. What the fuck is that? Oh my god. Do you guys hear that? Spirits, what is that?
My heart.
Your heart? Is the children in your heart?
As the night continues, the graveyard grows even more terrifying. Broken gravestones lie scattered everywhere. Strange stone structures surround sections of the cemetery, and the spirit talker produces chilling phrases like, "Doomed. You'll never escape me. The shadows are me." Then another shadow figure appears, crossing directly through the graveyard in complete darkness before vanishing again.
Shh. I'm cutting the light for a minute, guys. I'm cutting the light for a minute. Where's my flashlight? Oh shit, I lost it. Listen, what is that? What is that?
Alexander.
Is that Alexander? There's a shadow. I wish you guys could see this. There's a shadow figure right now. Oh my god, just walking right across the graveyard. It's all black. What the fuck? Holy shit. Okay, we gotta turn this on.
The most chilling moment happens near the end of the investigation. A woman's scream suddenly echoes from the woods nearby. Seconds later, Jeremy's camera light completely dies, despite still having 85% battery remaining. The equipment refuses to turn back on, leaving the rest of the cemetery consumed by darkness, except for a small flashlight beam.
I mean no harm. That sounds like a lady scream in the woods over there. What the fuck?
Right before the video ends, the spirit talker delivers one final disturbing message. Tell people my story. By the end of the night, the hidden graveyard no longer feels like a forgotten cemetery. It feels haunted. And the most terrifying part is that none of it is ever fully explained. This overnight expedition into the Devil's Wood begins like a normal wild camping trip, but the setting immediately feels wrong. Deep inside this haunted forest, the woods are soaked, isolated, and wrapped around a dark river that cuts through the trees like a boundary. With daylight disappearing fast, the only place to pitch a tent is a narrow strip of muddy ground between rushing water and a steep hill, a place that already feels unsafe before night even arrives.
Welcome back to Under the Weather, live from the Devil's Wood. Now I'm losing daylight and I'm in a very precarious place, so I need to try and get some wood, and for a fire, but as you can see there's a lot of wetness around. I'm camped right next to a river. Tent's already up because, as I said, losing daylight. Let's show you the wee tent here. Now this is the most precarious place I've ever put a tent in my life. So let's just see, turn this round. The only flat bit of ground is like this little strip here.
As darkness settles in, the forest becomes unnaturally black. Beyond the small circle of firelight, nothing can be seen. The river constantly shifts rocks beneath the current, creating noises that sound disturbingly close to footsteps. At first, it's easy to dismiss it as wildlife or moving water, but the deeper the night gets, the more the paranormal atmosphere changes. Every sound begins to feel intentional, as if something is moving through the woods nearby.
Shit. Right, let's try this out. This is coming on amazingly. It's unbelievable how dark it is here. This is like crazy. Like outside my little circle, it's just pitch black. And as I said, I picked the stupidest spot, or you know, bravest spot possible, because we've got the river on that side, river there, dangerous hill there. Let's turn you around. So literally muddy, slidey hill.
Inside the tent, the isolation becomes oppressive. Scratching, movement, small impacts somewhere beyond the riverbank. Then suddenly, a loud noise breaks through the silence, stopping everything cold. Flashlight in hand, they listen carefully into the darkness where nothing should be moving. The fear no longer feels imagined, it feels close.
2 thumbs up for me. Right, time to get the shoes off and change a little bit. Hang on. Ow. Hang on. There will be little animals scratching around, you know, but and also it's when you're staying next to, when you're camping right next to a river, stream, whatever it is, you'll hear rocks going through the night, and your brain will tell you that's someone coming to get you, you know, but it's literally rocks just kind of being pushed down by the weight of the water. So I think, what the hell? Hang on, turn this. I think I just turn this.
What follows is worse than seeing something directly. Across the river, in near total darkness, a shadowy figure appears briefly near the trees. Unclear, fast, gone before it can fully register. The slippery terrain, rushing water, and endless darkness make the entire forest feel hostile, like the Devil's Wood itself is watching from beyond the firelight.
Hello, is there? Anybody there? Hello? 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 Oof. What's that? Right. I'm gonna go have a look. Hello? Oh, that's again.
The rest of the night becomes a psychological battle against the unknown. Owls echo through the haunted woods, rocks shift beneath the river current, and unexplained noises continue circling the campsite just far enough away to never be identified. Nothing fully reveals itself, but that uncertainty becomes the real horror of the night. By morning, the Devil's Wood looks peaceful again. Fog hangs above the river, the trees stand silent, and the campsite appears ordinary in daylight. But after spending a night surrounded by unexplained sounds, darkness, and possible shadow figures, one thing becomes impossible to ignore. The forest never felt empty. It felt aware. This overnight exploration in a dark wooded park begins after a strange randonautica intent. Angels and demons. Almost immediately, something feels off. Deep inside the forest trail, the atmosphere is heavy, silent, and uneasy, like the woods are watching. The explorer mentions earlier encounters with strange symbols, number patterns, and unexplained names like Anna, which already set the tone for something psychologically unsettling.
Tonight we are actually trying another Randonautica intent, and it's been going a little bit weird. I've been having stalkers, I've been finding weird number 7s, I've been finding the name Anna. I don't know what any of this has to do with anything, so I ran another intent tonight, and of course I wound up on another trail. I don't know why. I actually was here like 2 weeks ago, and I found some stuff in the woods, and I actually heard some really creepy stuff as well that was like not related to anything that I found in the woods. So what we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to be walking through here. I actually ran another intent, and the point is actually in a different place this time. Sorry, I'm looking over my shoulder because it's so creepy back here.
As the walk continues deeper into the forest, the environment becomes more disturbing. The trail is isolated, surrounded by darkness, and broken only by faint light and distant structures. The feeling of being followed grows stronger. Sounds from the woods are unclear, sometimes footsteps, sometimes movement, sometimes nothing at all. The uncertainty builds tension as the explorer keeps questioning if something is nearby.
And I found some really weird stuff, some kid stuff, and that's kind of what I've been finding all over the place here. Oh, what the hell was that? Whoa, that might have been an animal. That might have been an animal. I think if it was a person, it would have been louder. Okay, I'm already super on edge here, but we're gonna do this anyway and see what the hell we find. Oh crap. Yeah, this place is scary, actually. It's fun to come to during the day, which I haven't done in a long time, but it looks like I'm kind of making a habit of winding up here at night for some reason.
Things take a sharper turn when unexplained objects begin appearing. A random book is found deep in the woods, left in an unnatural way, containing religious-style text about cleansing and rituals. The message feels strange and out of place, especially in the middle of a deserted forest trail. The explorer immediately feels uncomfortable and leaves it behind.
Oh, what's this? What the hell? Someone left a book here, I think. Until I Find You. Okay, that guy definitely looks like an author. That's kind of a weird name for a book, Until I Find You. Please do not try to find me. Okay. Whoa. What? Elisha sent a messenger to say to him, go wash yourself 7 times in the Jordan, and your flesh will be restored and you will be cleansed. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's weird. That's really weird.
As the journey continues, more unsettling details appear. Blurred camera moments, sudden noises, and the strong feeling that something is nearby, but never fully visible. The environment shifts between normal forest silence and sudden spikes of tension, making every step feel unpredictable.
Yeah. Look at how creepy this is, man. I'm not supposed to go that way, though. My point is like over this way somewhere. Man, And it is the middle of the night too, so who the hell knows what's going on. But yeah, this is where I wound up going last time. Let me just check and see. I mean, it's been like a week or two, but I'm pretty sure that no one's just gonna leave a flashlight. Someone probably picked it up when they walked back here. Yeah, I don't see any light or anything over there. I don't even remember how far it was. It was over here somewhere.
Then the most disturbing moment occurs. A backpack shaped like a child's toy is discovered on the ground, placed unnaturally in the middle of the woods. Nearby, candles are found, some freshly lit, others already burning out. The scene feels recent, like someone was just there. A clock is also discovered showing a fixed time, 7 o'clock, placed deliberately, adding to the feeling that this is not random at all.
Backpack here. It's like a face. That's kind of creepy. There's a backpack. Oh, it's got ears. What the hell? Okay. Oh my god, yeah. See, I gotta make sure that like no one's around me, because okay. Yeah. So backpack here. Skip, hop. Is there anything in this thing? Please do not disturb. Oh, it's like from a hotel. Do not disturb. Okay. What the hell is this? Yo. There's a clock sitting right here. There's a clock here. Yo, look what time it is. Look what time it is. It's 7 o'clock on the freaking clock. Okay, now I'm starting to get a little weirded out.
The exploration ends abruptly as the tension peaks. With no visible person around, but clear signs of recent presence, the forest no longer feels empty. It feels occupied. The final realization is simple but chilling. Something was just here, and may still be watching from the woods. The investigation begins after the group notices strange blue glowing lights moving between the trees deep in the woods. The lights appear briefly, disappear, then reappear farther away, making it difficult to tell whether they are natural or something far stranger hiding in the darkness.
Yeah, and there's supposed to be some haunted spirits that roam these woods, and that's always interesting. All right, guys, there is something up in front of us, and we are not sure what it is.
We're not seeing it.
We ain't seen it, but we have heard it, and it is moving through the woods.
It sounds like it's going away from us, though, at least.
Yeah, I'm going to guess at least 50 yards in front of us, but we're still kind of laying back, just in case.
We don't want to jump nothing.
Now, we don't want to spook nothing. But, just so there's no misunderstandings, we are armed. We do have protection.
We're allowed.
As they move deeper along the trail, the atmosphere becomes increasingly tense. Loud movement and heavy noises echo through the forest ahead of them, sounding like something large is stalking them from a distance. The group repeatedly stops to listen, unsure if they are dealing with wildlife, another person, or something paranormal hiding in the woods.
Whoa, what was that?
I don't have any clue.
Dude, that was right over there.
Mm-hmm. My camera's pointed right where you were pointing.
That was right over there. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and be low ready.
Further into the forest, they unexpectedly discover a hidden cemetery, surrounded by overgrown trails and thick darkness. Some graves still contain flowers and markers, making the isolated location feel unsettling and strangely maintained, despite how abandoned it appears.
Alright,
guys. This trail got a lot wider.
Yeah, it got a lot. Looks like there's been some
There's
action.
something up here. I can't tell what it is.
Traffic. More than just foot traffic right here.
Yeah, I think you can drive up this way. Too bad we didn't bring our EVP equipment.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course, these kind of look like they've been well taken care of.
Yeah.
There's flowers on a lot of them.
And even the ones with, see, our first video in the coal cemetery, we saw where there were rock markers. Looks like somebody has come back out here, and where there's rocks, they put up little crosses. But this is seriously just right off the walking trail.
While exploring the cemetery, terrifying screams suddenly echo through the woods. The sounds resemble either a woman crying or a mountain lion, but the echoes bouncing through the hills make it impossible to track where the noises are coming from. As the screams continue, the tension inside the forest grows rapidly.
What was that?
It sounded like that scream again. Sounded like it come from that way though. Behind us here. You focus my light. I don't see no eyes glowing.
I don't see any eyes glowing either.
That was either a woman screaming
Or a
a
cat.
mountain lion.
Cat, yep.
One or the other. And to be completely honest with you, I'm really not looking to mess with either one of them.
Well.
Moments after leaving the graveyard, something suddenly moves near the trail only a few feet away from them. Both investigators clearly see movement in the darkness, but when they search the area, nothing is there. No eyes, no sounds, no sign of any animal.
All right, guys, we come up out of that graveyard. We came up out, what is that?
What's what?
Something just moved up the trail.
What?
Something just moved.
I don't know, I got bugs on my freaking hair.
I mean,
saw
that
something.
was close. Whatever it was moved.
Hang on. Let me go forward.
All right.
Let me go first.
It sounded like it went this direction, over here. But it sounded like it was right here.
Only thing that's here is a stick.
One stick.
2 sticks.
2 sticks.
There ain't nothing here. But I saw it.
Yeah, you seen the movement, right?
Yeah, I saw something move. I don't know.
I mean, I see no... If it was an animal, we'd be seeing eyes.
Yeah, I don't see no eyes. I don't know what that was. Guys, we're headed back to the truck.
Yeah, we got a long hike back to the truck.
Realizing something may have been following them through the woods all night, they decide to end the investigation and leave the forest immediately. The investigation begins with discussion of multiple extraterrestrial species, including Greys and Nordics, suggesting that alien life may not be uniform and could have different motives, both positive and negative. Inside a remote forest, several strange balloon sightings in woods are discovered. The balloons appear near bent trees and water formations, forming unusual patterns that raise questions about possible hidden marking systems or unknown activity across the area.
That's 2 balloons in less than 5 meters apart from each other in a place like this. It's very strange to find a balloon in the vast environment that I'm exploring, let alone 2 balloons less than 5 meters apart.
A deep sinkhole is also found, described as large enough to conceal objects or activity from view, adding to the sense of mysterious forest anomalies and hidden environmental structures.
It's weird, like you're just walking through the forest and then you come across this large sinkhole. The camera's not really doing it justice to how deep this sinkhole is, so I might have to walk down there. Yeah, it's weird, like just a huge sinkhole in the middle of the forest, which would be ideal for things to take cover. You know, if you hear someone walking by in the distance that hasn't quite seen you yet or twigged on that you're there, you just jump in something like this and no one's going to see you, even if they are looking right across the horizon of the forest line. They would just look and skim straight over the top of this because it's so far down that you'd be well hidden. How deep this thing goes? Balloon number 3.
As the search continues, repeated balloon locations and unnatural tree shapes create a pattern that feels too consistent to ignore.
A few meters away from the only bent tree in this area, and at the end of that bent tree is 2 large pools of water. Is there anything to that? I don't know. But balloons would be a great way to mark things because humans are familiar with what a balloon looks like. We know that people release them as birthday surprises and things like that. So if you was going to use something natural and something that's not out of place to humans, it would be something that humans use. But also, a great way to mark a certain area. That's 3 balloons within a square mile. Given how many square miles I'm walking amongst, is that common? I really have no idea. I'm just speculating at this point. But I always like to give you guys things to think about. As I always say, please don't ever take anything that I say.
However, it remains unclear whether this is coincidence, human behavior, or something more unknown. The narrative shifts into skepticism around UFO perception, suggesting that human psychology and media exposure may influence how people interpret unusual sightings, especially in UFO investigation forest encounters.
I was recently listening to a UFO experiencer on a podcast, and halfway through he kind of lost me because what he said was, you know, I've recently been watching a lot of UFO documentaries, and I've recently been reading everything on the subject of UFOs and extraterrestrials. And what I believe is that there's a link there somewhere, because every time that I do this, you can guarantee I'll step outside of my house, I look up into the sky, and there is something strange, something, you know, otherworldly. So there must be a link with the stuff that we're thinking and the way that these things show themselves to us.
Tension rises when a blacked-out vehicle repeatedly circles the forest area. Its behavior appears deliberate, possibly surveillance-like, contributing to fears of being watched during the paranormal forest investigation.
It's a car acting very suspiciously. It's just done 2 loops of this area. Each time looking out the window at what I'm doing. It'd be interesting to see if they come back this way. This way, Lil. Well, that's 5 times. I have no idea why they keep doing this. That 4x4, that blacked out 4x4, 4 times has been down this road. And yeah, back again. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know if they're lost. I don't know if they're concerned about what I'm doing or curious, but
Shortly after, a dead young deer is discovered with no visible injuries, deepening the mystery surrounding unexplained wildlife death in remote environments.
well, this is not something you see every day. It's the first time I've been back towards the shelter in months. And there's a little deer that's passed away. There's no sign of any injury though, which is weird. Maybe a disease. Doesn't look like it's been attacked or bit by anything. But it's only a young one. I'll keep my eyes peeled for anything else, but that seems very strange.
The case ends with unresolved questions about UFO sightings in forests, strange vehicle behavior, balloon patterns, and unexplained natural events, leaving the entire experience open-ended and unexplained.